Okay, here we are, back for this week's installment of the Pledge videos. I am giving Final Cut Express a heck of a workout here.
Dude, he had to take a shit.
That guy?
He had to take a shit. He did.
Yes, poop jokes, the height of humor. So I was in Umeå to mix Casualties Are Cool with Matthias at Tune Track. And while I was there, I had this idea for this song called The Bridge that I had been writing for about a year. And the whole idea with the Casualties record was essentially, conceptually, about confronting fear. Fear of a lot of things. Fear of success or fear of death or anything. And then last May 5th, which was my birthday, I bought myself an it's called a tanpur. It's this droning Indian instrument. And then I wrote this song that became this really big ordeal for me. And I started thinking, okay, well, why don't we make the record end? Why don't we choose to make the Casualties record end with sort of triumphing over fear, in a sense. So this song, The Bridge, was written in a way to represent a bridge from a fear-based artistic experience into being more comfortable and more secure. And look, I have no ass and terrible posture, but I have a hamburger on my shirt, so great. Anyway, so this is the Sangkraft Choir from Umeå, Sweden, and they had won a bunch of awards for one of Europe's top choirs, Turtle. And so through Matthias there, he hooked me up with them, and we recorded The Bridge as well as a couple other little parts. I wasn't super confident with my transcriptions. I mean, I can hear and write music all day long, but I don't write it in terms of notation. So I had to explain it to them here. It was like, you know, here it gets louder and here it gets quieter. And
that last amen before it goes to souls on fire, that, can we draw that out? So, amen.
That sort of stuff. See that lady there? She's looking at me like I'm wearing her sweater. But, you know, I've had a couple of experiences now with choirs, and I think that's where my passions lie in terms of orchestral stuff is the choirs. And currently, actually, right now, I'm in the middle of writing the Z2 record. And this guy was the engineer. Thank you very much. That was my humorous contribution here. Currently, I'm in the middle of writing the Z2 record, and there's just huge amounts of choirs on there, and it's never big enough for me. I think that when I do decide to make things epic, I want them to be just ridiculously epic. This lady in the front there is just like, why is this bald guy telling me stuff that I don't understand? So with this bridge song at the end of Casualties, yeah, the whole idea was to take this record that was in shadows for the whole time and then end it with this completely epic sort of transformative piece of music. I often have said that I don't write music as much as it writes me, and I think that The Bridge was a song that I wasn't convinced I had learned enough in order to warrant myself being able to put it on the record, as neurotic as that sounds. But on the Prognation tour, I was out there just relaxing, and I realized that by allowing myself to fail by not putting the bridge on the record, it changed my whole mind, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, now you can put it on, weirdo. So I went through and I did all my vocals at home, and then I sat with the choir here and the conductor, and I played them my demos just to sort of give them an idea of what it was supposed to do. And then he translated my sort of Cro-Magnon musical thoughts to these people. I don't even know why. In hearing this, there's a lot of amen and things like this, sort of verging on religious kind of words that tend to sort of crop up in what I do, and I actually am more confused by that than anyone, because I'm not a religious cat, but I guess it's the intention of it. and it's stuff that I grew up with. So, you know, those sorts of words imply a connection or something that maybe I'm still comfortable with.
It's whatever suits you.
Sure. Best. And are they grouped currently, or?
No, they're not grouped, but feel free to
and these are
group away.
So this is one session, okay. And so this is the 12 before the actual.
Yeah, these guys set me up, and I just sat in the room after I discussed with the choir what I wanted, and I just tracked them.
Leif. Hey, Leif. Hi.
Okay, and I was with Matthias at the time. We sat in the back there.
What you want to do, or should we just start from the beginning? Before the first verse, it'll be 12 clicks in your ears.
That was a lot of fun. It was a great day, actually. I did tons of choir work when I was in high school. We did a bunch of really cool. Maybe that's where my affinity for those sorts of words come from. A lot of the honor choir stuff that we did in grade 12 were sort of spiritual things or whatever, and I just found that collection of human voices singing those sorts of words were just really really engaging to me and continue to be. Another thing is, while I was writing the song on the Tanpur there, the word that came into my head was YOLO. And I had known that I'd heard that before, but I didn't know what it means. And when I looked it up, it's like some Kim Kardashian "you only live once" thing, and it's like a real cheesy kind of phrase. But I don't care, whatever. I guess you only do live once, so there it is. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. If we could do that 2 more times, that'd be wonderful. 2 seconds. Just let me know when you're ready.
Good Lord. Yes. Ruin the take. It was nice. They were all really cool. They warmed up after a while too. At first, we were all a little weirded out by each other, I think, because I think they had looked online and there's me, you know, calling people a cunt or something on stage with strapping, and these ladies were just like, yeah, this kid's an idiot. Then they realized, well, not only am I not a kid, but I'm a manageable idiot. So we got along, actually. And I actually really liked them, and they really put in a lot of effort to make it right for me. Hey, Morgan's calling. Yo. And then we did, after the bridge, we did a little piece before the song Bones on the record. I think the piece ended up being called Broken. Broken Bones, get it? And I came in with this idea that it was going to be this real sort of morose sounding men's choir, but not being as familiar with choirs as I guess I am after this experience. I thought it needed to be low like this. But it just actually didn't have the effect I was looking for. It was a little too... Oh, it gave me the piss shivers there. But they brought it up an octave. And it sounded exactly like what I wanted. Awesome. I wish I could just have thousands of people singing this stuff. Next week I'll show you the string recording that you heard there. Anyway, that was it. It's the bridge. There we go. See you next week for the strings, I guess. Thanks for pledging, guys. I love doing this stuff. Gotta work on my posture, though. Holy cow. All right, see you next week.